This video is about solving quadratic equations using the method of the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. These a, b's, and c's come from a quadratic in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equaling 0. When we have a quadratic equation that's in standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Any quadratic can be solved using the quadratic formula x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We're going to do some examples below. So, one thing we want to make sure when we're going to use the quadratic formula is that we make sure that we are setting our equation equal to 0 before we identify our a, b, and c coefficients. In this first example, that is already the case. So we're going to first identify our coefficients a, b, and c. The coefficient of the squared term is 1. The square coefficient of the x term is positive 5, and the constant is negative 2. Now, you may have heard this before, but you can sing the quadratic formula to Pop Goes the Weasel. It goes like this: x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Either case, once you use it a few times, you've got it. So let's go ahead and plug these values in. The negative of b, which is 5, plus or minus b squared. I like to square this before I write it down, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. B squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, and c, which is negative 2, all over 2 times 1. So we're going to get, if we simplify, negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 33 all over 2. And since 33 is 11 times 3, it can't be simplified, and those are our two answers. Let's take a look at this one. I'm going to change it a little bit. Let's make it 3x squared minus 5x equals negative 12. So I'm changing that because I want to illustrate a couple of points. Let's identify our a, b, and c coefficients. A is 3, coefficient of the squared term. B is negative 5. Oh, I can't identify my c yet. The first thing that we should do is set this equal to 0. So 3x squared minus 5x, will add 12 to each side and set it equal to 0. So once it's set equal to 0, I can then identify that c is 12. So be careful with that. Okay, we're going to use our quadratic formula. X equals the negative of negative 5, so positive 5, plus or minus. I'm going to show you why I want you to square this first. Very often I see people write negative 5 squared minus 4 times 3 times 12. And the reason that that is incorrect is because the negative is not squared. So I so often see people doing that and forgetting those parentheses that I recommend that you just square it. Negative 5 times negative 5 is 25 when you write it down. It also saves a step in the simplification. So we've got negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. So simplifying, we're going to get 5 plus or minus the square root 25 plus 4 times 3 times 12 is going to give us 169 all over 6. We'll get, I don't know if you noticed, but 169 is 13. So we're going to get 5 plus 13, 18 over 6, which is 3, and 5 minus 13, which is negative 8 over 6, or negative 4 thirds. So again, we get 2 answers. So take a minute. I'll write down, you might want to pause the video, but take a minute and simplify or solve this last example, and then I will write down the answer. So go ahead and pause. So I've identified my A, B, and C, making sure I have the correct signs. And I wrote down my formula, and then I started to simplify. This particular one, because we're working with decimals, I actually found decimal approximations, which I rounded to 3 decimal places. So hopefully you got that one correct. The last thing on this section is about what's called the discriminant. So what you might notice is that when you're looking at the quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, that b squared minus 4ac is going to tell us what kind of solutions that we have. So if that were a negative value, we would be taking the square root of a negative, and we would get 2 complex solutions. If it were positive, we would get either 2 rational solutions or 2 irrational solutions if it was positive, but either way you're going to get 2 solutions. And if it's exactly equal to 1, you're going to get only 1 solution, but it's going to be a double solution. So let me sketch a quick little graph for each of these. If it's equal to 0, your quadratic is just going to touch the axis somewhere, one place. If it's positive, it's going to cross the axis in 2 places. And those 2 places may be integers, or they may be irrational. Or I should say rational or irrational. And then the third one, if it's less than 0, that just means that it's not going to cross the axis. It's going to be either above or below. And of course, these 3 pictures could be facing down as well. So let's take a look at these 3, or I guess I only have 2 questions regarding the discriminant. So maybe I don't want to know what the solution is, but I want to know what kind of solutions I have. In that case, I only need to look at b squared minus 4ac, which is that part underneath the radical. So let's write down our a, which is negative 5, our b, which is 1, and our c, which is 3. We are equal to 0, so we can do that. So b squared is going to be 1 minus 4, a is negative 5, and c is 3. So we get 1 plus 60, or 61. This is greater than 0, so we're going to have 2 solutions. It's going to cross the axis in 2 different places. For this next example, let me also pause and say, if I then wanted to find my quadratic equation solutions, I could say x equals negative of b plus or minus, I've already calculated b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times negative 5. So 61, I believe, is prime, we'll get negative 10. Okay, let's do the same thing for this next one. Just looking at b squared minus 4ac, we will first identify our a, b, and c as 1, 5, and 13. Again, it's set equal to 0, so I can go ahead and do that. B squared would be 25 minus 4 times 1 times 13. Simplifying, we get negative 27, which of course is less than 0. So we're going to have two complex solutions. So solutions that are going to have that I in it. That just tells me what kind of solutions. If I then wanted to know what the solutions were, I could use the formula x equals negative b plus or minus the square root. B squared minus 4ac, which we just calculated, is negative 27, all over 2 times 1. And in this case, I'm going to think of that 27 as negative 1 times 9 times 3, and then simplify. So our 9 will come out of that radical as a 3, and our negative 1 will come out as an I, and we cannot take the square root of 3 over 2. So we did get 2, and they are imaginary, 2 solutions. That concludes this video. See you next time.